Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Colette, also known as Grandmother Winds of the Earth. I'm stepping up to my grandmother name, as you know, and I'm enjoying it. So thank you for all the support for the new name of the channel, which has been my spirit name for the last 10 years, but I've only decided to use it now. So that must mean something, I suppose. Anyway, this is the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday, the 21st of June 2021. It's like the summer solstice, all the sort of 21s and 21 and good numbers. If anyone wants to explain that down below, they could maybe jump in. Right, so let's see, Rorig deck, Rorig mini, because I do still have my big Rorig decks, but my hands with the arthritis do find them a wee bit more difficult now. So yeah, I will bring them out occasionally because they're a beautiful deck and very rare. So, but for now, the wee ones will have to do. So, weekly tarot card for the week ahead is, oh, this is crazy. This is the Six of Swords, and this is the third time we've had this in 4 weeks, I believe. My goodness, what a time of change. The Six of Swords, I mean, if you look back in the playlist of the sort of weekly tarot cards, you'll see this twice before in, I think, the last 4 weeks. 5 weeks maybe, but you know, I shuffle and I cut and I shuffle and I do all my stuff, and you know, it's as random as it coming out again to tell us what we need to know. So if you want to watch back the other videos, you can, but I'll give an update as things go ahead in the world, right? So we've got the Six of Swords, which is basically this lovely labyrinth, the two sort of threads at the bottom working their way through and connecting at the top. Lovely rolling blues, absolutely lovely. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it has a man and a woman and a child rowing on a boat from one island to another one. So they're leaving the past behind and they're moving on. It's a card of straightforward emigration, of people moving from one place to another. Sometimes house moves, sometimes country moves, sometimes spiritually it can be a sort of reality or levels move. It's a big card, and as I've said, it is my favourite. But I keep not expecting it to keep coming out so often. But let's look at the world situation with it. So we've had this, and then we had a wee sort of sugly bit, and then I think we had a court card, and then we're back to this. Worldwide, globally, there's a feeling of moving on, moving away from the traumas of the past to a kind of new beginning. And that fits well with maybe even the American situation of, you know, the world leaders meeting, and the G7, or I'm not sure what the number is, but basically, you know, even Biden and Putin sitting together and you know, coming together with a sense of compromise, working their way through barriers and things that could hold them back, and at the end maybe not completely seeing eye to eye. I don't believe that will happen anytime soon, but having this sense of maybe a bit more respect of the need for them to be in some sort of harmony for world situation. That's just a little bit of this card. I mean, there could be a feeling that we're moving on again in the fight against COVID. Now, I know that's the situation in Scotland at the moment, that we're actually feeling that most people are now vaccinated and it's moving to a lower age group, and we've got the potential of having a reasonable summer without maybe going back into lockdown. And that's this card too. It's being able to literally look back the way, see how far we've come, and then use that to propel yourself forward. So globally, this could be a fantastic card. The fact that it's come out 3 times in 5 weeks, to me, lets me know that there's a major changes going on globally, major changes going on that are taking us to either a new outlook, a new way of thinking, a clarity of vision. You know, the closer you get to the destination, the clearer it becomes. And this card is about a journey from the past and the known, a wee bit into the unknown, and then as you go through the unknown, you're getting closer to the other shore, so you can see what's there. So I think with this being the third time it's out in 5 weeks, that we're possibly approaching that shore that we've been headed for, and that can only be a good thing. So yeah, I mean, I wonder how often this card can keep coming out. If it does, then it could make 2021 quite a majorly intense year for the Earth and its inhabitants. So really important. If we look at career, again, I'm not just reading it singularly as this 1 week because it has been out before. You may have been looking towards a goal and feeling as though you'd made inroads towards it in career, but weren't really seeing it clearly. And the week ahead, certainly, I think you'll be able to see your goals, where you're aiming for, and traveling towards far more easily than before. And you may find that you've got the feeling of momentum now pushing you forward, you know, that you're going with the tide instead of against the tide. All the boat references there. The original card is a lovely card as well. There is a spookiness about it, as though the people are just done in and they're having to leave rather than emigration. It's as though they're refugees almost. So but this card for me is the hope that comes from moving to that new place, and certainly that's there for careers. Relationships, again, could be on for meeting that special person that you've just not bumped into yet in life. You know, you might have hit a few sort of dead ends in the maze or the labyrinth of life, but these threads do work their way through to come together. And that's one of the things I love about this card. And it doesn't need to be soulmates, it can be parts of your soul tribe. You know, there's an awful lot made of soulmates as such, and it's wonderful if you're meant to meet your soulmate in this one life. But it could be a life where you're not meant to meet your soulmate, you're meant to find your soul tribe and work with them. Excuse me. So, you know, this also brings soul tribes together, which is a lovely thing. New friendships, you know, friendships that feel just right, that you don't have to explain yourself. I've got a few friendships like that, and I absolutely adore them because I don't even need to explain how I'm feeling. I just need to look at the person and they'll know. And the same for them back to me. So yeah, lovely, lovely card for friendships and relationships. Again, for health, I just see the labyrinth of the inner ear, and it gives me the potential for balance problems, labyrinthitis, anything out there that would cause a wee bit of rocky boats. Is under the influence of this card. So watch your ears, and don't poke anything in your ears. If you've got a trauma or whatever, you don't feel you're hearing right, please go to your audiologist or your doctor. Money, again, it could be that you're seeing that maybe if you've been forced to be frugal for the last wee while, that you can see that there is a potential to be moving into calmer waters. I can't stop talking about boats today with this, can I? Anyway, so you're moving towards quieter waters where there's not so much hassle financially. And it's simple as that, unless you want to buy a boat, and then this card says off you go. Because this card for me this week is surrounded by boats, isn't it? It's probably just as well I live inland at the moment, or I'd be going out to buy a boat or something. So anyway, spiritually, again, it moves us from one plateau to the next. It's a journey between the two plateaus, but also being closer to an understanding and a movement that we will then reach where we're meant to be, and have to sit there for a wee while and take it all in and enjoy it and mull it over and see where we want to be. So I've said kind of similar as I said in the last few weeks, Six of Swords, but it's different because of how often it's coming out now. There's almost a karmic feel to this card. I've always read it that way, that, you know, sometimes we're forced to move on from situations with this card. We have to make that journey, but it's right, and it's what's needed for our souls. It's what's needed for our way in life. It's also called science, and in the Rorik deck, and it can bring in the sense of, you know, good scientific treatments, maybe to treat things, the world becoming more secure. So what can I say? Have a lovely week ahead. Enjoy the summer solstice if you're up here, and the winter solstice if you're down in New Zealand and Australia, because I know I've got a lot of followers down there, and I need to let you know that we do think of you too. So enjoy whatever maybe celebrations or rituals that you would do, and look forward to another week of positive movement. If you like the way I read the tarot, my book, Tarot Novice to Pro in One Book, by Colette Brown, is in all Amazons and most marketplaces like Waterston's, etc. And I'm going to do a wee special offer on Dying to Live for next week to celebrate the solstice, and I'll let you know about that in a separate video. But Dying to Live still doing nicely, and I just thought I would put it out for 99p, just as a wee thank you. And why not? It's a book that a lot of people need, and I'm far more about getting it out to people than I am about making double the profit I would make or whatever. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to, yeah, probably again with this card there comes a sense of maybe a sigh of relief that we're not quite there, but we're getting there, and that's always a good thing. So anyway, I'm blabbering on. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification, jump up and down, twirl around 3 times, sit down and watch all my videos in a row, and then then I'll love you. No, that's a joke. Mad mood today. Sorry, gonna go now. Bye.